I do declare, it is time to do
Moving Lowdown.
Hello and welcome to Two Guys and Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
And I'm Garrett Loberg.
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of November 25th, 2019.
Yeah, we've got a really busy news week, guys, so we're going to be as quick as possible. We have at least 24 stories for you. That's a lie, we only have 2. So let's get right into this.
Alright, so first off, the disaster known as Cats is back in the news again. Apparently they dropped a second trailer, which
it looks so bad.
Which I did not see.
Oh.
But we're going to go over the top trailers of the week in our podcast, so stay tuned for that on probably Tuesday or something like that would be posted.
Check the schedule, yeah.
But the Cats apparently have changed the CGI.
And I call bullshit on this.
They called it fur technology or something like that.
Furology.
Yeah. So apparently it's more like fine-tune the fur. It's still weird looking. It's like we were saying, picture the first Sonic, but everybody looks like that.
Yeah, it was rough. It wasn't. It doesn't look good. It looks like they kind of were like, oh my gosh, we should remake Cats. And like Taylor Swift was like,
oh, I can make a song.
And then she was like, oh, I'll put in money towards this. And then they got going, and then they realized really quickly that it probably wasn't the best idea to animate cats.
No.
Just put on regular outfits.
Outfits, yeah, right? Like they do in the Broadway musical.
Not everything has to be CGI'd nowadays. I mean, I get it for like Avatar.
Right.
Avatar makes sense because they're aliens.
Right.
Don't need to make humans
but
into cats.
Humans don't need to be cats.
Idris Elba's in it. He looks really weird. They finally showed his character off.
Mm-hmm. More.
I can't tell if he's the bad guy or if he's just like
he's an alley cat.
You know, like a Venom character.
Right.
Are you the good guy or the bad guy? You're doing both weird things. And then James, who's the guy that does the talk show? James.
Oh, James Harden, James McCoy, James.
Whatever. Whoever he does, he's the British guy.
James Cordon, thank you.
And he looks really bad in it too. Like, he's really chubby in it.
Yeah. And
like I know that they're trying to make a chubby cat, but it just makes it look so more terrifying. So yeah, that's the Cats movie. You're gonna see it. You're gonna go take acid and go see that movie because.
That's dropping in December, so it's maybe some Christmas movies for people.
Really quick nutcracker right there.
Well, speaking of which, Christmas movies, the theater is back in action because shoppers are shopping and the seats are filled.
And that's the problem is that when, it's not this time of year, malls are usually dead because no one's going, oh, I need to go buy like 50,000 pairs of clothes or I need to go get presents. So it's this time of the year where it starts getting a little bit more busy.
Right, and this is probably the busiest we've seen it since last year.
Yeah,
but that time of year.
Luckily, we got to the movie at 10:30 this morning, 11:15.
Yeah, 11:15.
And not everyone has gone out yet. So, but when we were leaving, almost all the parking spots were taken.
Right.
So it's welcome to that year.
Mm-hmm. Moving on, we got news that Godzilla vs. King Kong unfortunately has been pushed back. I think of this as a good thing. It means that they're trying to fine-tune it, make it better. Kind of like what they do when they probably did a test screening maybe, or someone messed up.
That test screening must have been so bad to move it back from March to November. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a huge jump. That means that they're going to be working from now until November to make up for whatever
Maybe there was some edit that they did wrong.
I don't even think that's that. I think that, like you said, the test screening must have been played and they were like,
yeah,
this is not good. Let's take a time machine, Morty, and go back in time.
Right. But it's still in the same year bracket, though.
Yeah, so it's not bad. But it's very alarming to hear that, unless that they're like, oh, well, we decided to add more monsters in it. Good on me, then.
Right.
But if they're like, somebody forgot to add something in, or they go back. I mean, like, somebody forgetting one thing does not constitute for
that, or they're trying to add more to it.
Hopefully, they've been like pushing this,
the hype for it.
Yeah, like crazy, and they don't have any footage. So now we're not going to probably get a trailer until at least around March.
Right.
So,
speaking of trailers, we still have not seen the Bond 25 trailer yet.
Nope.
I don't know what's going on with that.
There's a couple of them that I think they're just holding tight right now.
But I'm just surprised that they had Knives Out with Daniel Craig and didn't show a trailer.
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't have a trailer set yet. Maybe they're still doing a bunch of stuff.
I guess. Speaking of Daniel Craig, let's move into our reviews. Since that's all we have for news today, or this week. Great week for us.
Two news stories.
Oof.
You think one of us, one of his family, killed him?
Mr. Blanc, I just buried my father who committed suicide. Why are you here?
I suspect foul play.
But yeah, our movie this week was Knives Out. It is the movie that's been written and directed by Rian Johnson. Mm-hmm. It dropped on Thursday, right?
It was
Wednesday?
Yeah, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday, right. So it was early for some reason.
I think they want to get ahead of the box office, and they can do that on Wednesday technically.
And maybe Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So they want to get the movie out there so that people would go see it. And looks like the theater that we were in was pretty...
It's pretty packed.
Yeah.
There's a diverse crowd in there.
Mm-hmm.
It was really surprising to see this older lady next to me just by herself watching the movie.
Vibing.
Yeah.
just vibing, don't worry.
But this movie, if you're not aware, we've talked about it in past...
God, we've talked about this a lot, yeah.
But it has Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Michael Shannon, Don Johnson, Keith Stanfield, Christopher Plummer, Toni Collette, and more. It's a pretty big cast, and this movie is kind of like Clue, but a modern day.
Yeah, really modern day take on it, and
but still like the same vintage house.
Yeah,
same old story.
Like a really weird circumstance that no one understands. That goes on. Obviously, this is one movie that we can't really go too into detail for because there's a lot of spoilers in this movie.
Speaking of spoilers, let's cut to a clip of Garrett spoiling the movie.
I do declare.
God damn it, Garrett.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really talk about too much about this movie because the whole movie is clues.
Yes.
And spoilers.
Now,
we cannot say our opinions, I guess, on the acting, the production value, the screenplay, or not screenplay, the dialogue.
Yeah. My thing with this movie is that it went on a little bit too long for me.
Okay.
Other than that,
it was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah. I felt like they could have wrapped it up within that half an hour of that 2.5 hours. Mm-hmm. So it was just a 2-hour movie. But it was just really lengthy, and there were so many twists and turns.
Was there too many donuts?
There's too many fucking donuts. There was a donut inside a donut. And then I looked inside that donut, and there was another donut inside that donut. Daniel Craig, his southern fucking accent.
It was very much like Robert Downey Jr.'s son?
Yes.
Okay.
It was so bad, but it was so good.
Right.
And like he's done that before. I'm trying to think of what movie he played that.
The Honey, right?
No, it was the
heist movie.
It was the one with Adam Driver.
Yeah, The Heist.
Is that what it was
the
called?
Heist one? It's like something.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what it was called.
Well, we have the internet. That's
always a good thing.
It's always good to have. Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky.
Yeah.
He has a southern accent in that, and he's
right.
And is he gay in that one too, or whatever it was? He's just more flamboyant or whatever it is. But Daniel Craig was great in this movie. I think if you're talking about something that held this movie together, I think the cast did a really good job. But I feel like if you put Daniel Craig, in the middle of that, he really held up the whole movie because he was in almost every one of the scenes. Mm-hmm. A lot of the reveal comes from him, which you're like, where have you been this whole time that I haven't? Like, he sees stuff that,
Well, he's always in the background.
Yeah. What?
I thought it was kind of weird to see in movies now there's politics.
Yeah, and they don't explicitly say it, but it's all the stuff that is in the news, so
Right.
you're kind of like, come on. I gotta wait for
And
this.
then also there's the trailer for that Fox News show or Fox News movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is going on where we need politics in the movies now?
Yeah, not.
I know if they had it, like, they did, like, 80s politics in some movies, like Donnie Darko.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just, like, little snippets, but they didn't really talk too much about politics as they did in this one.
No, and I think that's where I rolled my eyes the hardest in this movie. Like, I didn't roll them a lot, but that scene, I was just like,
Right.
of course, we gotta do this.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving.
I know.
It's like a family Thanksgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
Where they argue about different things like that.
But I like how it was also shot. It
Yes.
felt claustrophobic at sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because you're in the same house, but at the same time, it also felt like it was well put together.
Yeah, the set pieces were nice. I
There
think
was
you said that
3 different places.
I think you said that one of them looked like the Ferris Bueller's house.
Yeah, one of the houses looked like the Ferris Bueller's house. There's a White House that they go to.
It has a lot of windows.
Yeah, I think it's
Chris Evans.
Yeah, his what was his name?
Hugh.
Huh?
Hugh.
Hugh.
Hugh Ray.
Yeah, when they went to his house, if you look at it, I feel like that was the house from
Who Ransom?
Hugh Ransom.
Hugh Ransom. Drysdale. That's a funny name.
But yeah, the shots were really nice. I guess there was 3 different locations for the big mansion.
Mm-hmm.
There was an outside location, an inside location, another inside location. I was just reading that a little bit ago.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't just that house. There was a different inside that they used, but still looked like the house. And that's where I kind of got confused because it shows it's 3 stories.
Right.
Yet at one point she goes up to the 4th story.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was like an attic almost.
Yeah, it was. But it looked like there was no room for like attics to be up there. So
right.
it was like,
Where's that room?
it's whatever.
That knives chair, I think, beats out Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense whenever anyone sits behind it.
Right.
All these knives are at their head.
And I think the ending was pretty funny how they worked that around too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really funny ending that has to do with the chair.
Right.
So it's another thing that comes up. But all around, like easily a top 7.
Right. It's definitely one of the better whodunit movies I've seen in a while.
Easily.
It's kind of hard to do whodunits because they go on, or you just guess right away who the villain is or who killed the person. This one I think did a fairly good job at masking it, but also, I guess not, but also they did. It's kind of also he made in light of the movie. He knew he was making a whodunit movie, a whodunit clue, so he threw some like funny jokes to make fun of it, that that this is actually what you're watching.
And then, you know what I laugh about is that it's like obviously not a heist movie, it's a murder movie, but the Rick and Morty episode that they just had
tied into that because he's like, I got a Netflix deal, Dad. You gotta let me make a movie for your books. And then in Rick and Morty, Morty had a Netflix deal, and yeah,
I was like sitting there and I'm going, oh my god, this is fucking Rick and Morty. I was like, I wonder if they know Rian Johnson. They're actually like playing this.
I know.
That'd be crazy.
It's weird how that tied in.
Because you know that was done before. Oh, they might have been done around the same time.
Because that donut hole analogy reminded me of Rick's analogy.
Yeah. Well, folks, just to sum up that movie, it is a donut hole.
It's a donut hole
inside of a donut hole. Inside of a donut. I need coffee.
I know, me too. Anyways, I'm gonna go finish The Irishman because that movie is long as hell, and I have been trying to watch it. This is gonna be a 3rd time.
Oh my gosh.
It should have been cut into 2 movies, man.
Easily.
But guys, definitely check out Knives Out if you're into these actors or whodunits. I think it'd be a good winter movie because it felt cold because the movie was cold.
It was very cold.
So yeah, check out Knives Out. Definitely recommend it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. As always, I'm I'm TJ Washuk.
I'm Baby Yoda.
Love you, and good night.
We didn't grab energy drinks.
We didn't know.
This has been a